My parents cut me off, and now that I'm rich, they suddenly want me back. I'd always been a decent student, not exceptional, but good enough to get into state. My parents, both professors, had my life perfectly mapped out. Engineering degree, corporate job, steady retirement. What they didn't understand was my growing Minecraft channel. By sophomore year of college, I was making more from ad revenue than my part-time campus job, but still only had about 50,000 subscribers, nowhere near enough to live on. The breaking point came when I decided to take a semester off to focus on content creation. I'd carefully calculated that with my savings and growing revenue, I could give myself 6 months to see if I could make it sustainable. Absolutely not, my father said. We didn't pay for you to play children's games. You're throwing your life away on a fantasy. My mother was more diplomatic, but equally firm. This isn't a real career. It's just a hobby that's distracting you from your future. When I stood my ground, my father's response was immediate. If you drop out, don't expect to live under this roof or receive a penny of support. I thought he was bluffing. He wasn't. I came home from class one day to find my belongings packed in boxes by the door and the locks changed. My mother couldn't look me in the eye as my father informed me that I had made my choice. Those first months were brutal. I slept on friends' couches, worked overnight shifts at a gas station, and poured every spare minute into my content. Slowly, things started to click. One of my videos went viral. A famous streamer raided my channel. By the 1-year mark of being kicked out, I'd hit 500,000 subscribers and was making enough to rent my own small apartment. 4 years later, I'd crossed the 8 million subscriber mark. I'd launched a successful merchandise line, been featured in gaming magazines, and bought my first house. I hadn't heard from my parents once during those years. Then came the Facebook message from my mother. We saw an article about you in the alumni magazine. We're so proud of what you've accomplished. Perhaps we could meet for dinner next time you're in town? I stared at those words. So proud for a long time. The alumni magazine had focused on my success, mentioning my annual income, which was now considerably higher than my parents' combined salaries. I finally agreed to meet them at a restaurant near their house. My mother hugged me too tightly. My father shook my hand with an entrepreneur's firm grip he'd never used with me before. We may have been too hasty in our judgment, he admitted, not quite an apology. We just wanted security for you, my mother added. We never imagined games could become this. The conversation flowed awkwardly until my father cleared his throat. Actually, we wanted to discuss something specific. Your mother is considering early retirement, but our pension isn't what we hoped. We thought perhaps you might want to help out the people who raised you. And there it was, the real reason for reconciliation. I looked at these people who had thrown me out with nowhere to go, who had offered no support during my struggle. You know, I built this business on one principle, I said quietly. I create things. I don't just take from others who create. I paid for dinner, wished them well, and walked out.